Well, welcome back to CG Bros. In this second tutorial on the PDI Shatter It feature within the Bولدونيت plugin for Maya, we're going to go ahead and take a look at shattering our object that we created in our first tutorial. And we're going to go ahead and, instead of using the uniform shatter style, we're going to go ahead and use the pivot-based shatter style. And you can see here where our pivot is located on our object here. We can move that about if we want. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit the insert button. I'm going to move my pivot point down here towards the center of the bottom here, maybe towards the origin. Okay, set that as our pivot point. Okay, and let's go ahead and set to our default 1000 number of shards. And we're going to go ahead and see the way this fractures out here, and it distributes across our mesh here based on the pivot-based shatter it method. So let's go ahead and do that now. You can see where the pivot is based. It's really giving you a nice concentration of fragments, and as farther away from the pivot point there, the larger the pieces. And that actually gives for a nice force-based simulation if you're actually using this for something like that, where a character might come down and smash into some concrete or something like that. Okay, so you can see actually the width of the pieces as they actually move away from the pivot point here. And that's actually what this width setting controls. Let's go ahead and undo this and take a look at changing that setting. Let's go ahead and set this setting to 0.1 and refracture this. Now what we can see here is actually the width of the objects as they are graduating away from the pivot is much finer. And so we've actually got our number of shards set at a threshold of 1000. We're going to get a lot of nice detail in here. And we can actually take a quick look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and undo that. Let's go ahead and set our fracture width at, say, 0.7. Let's go ahead and select our objects and do the same. You can see the distribution is much wider from the pivot than it was previously with the lower setting. Pivot base is quite nice for dynamic simulations, as I was mentioning earlier.